Your Honor, we believe there is substantial evidence suggesting that someone other than Alan Ross killed Angela Cole, and that someone else was Cash White.
Yet the evidence says otherwise.
Not necessarily.
I need more than that, Miss Potter. What proof do you have this man committed the murder?
He got into a heated argument with the victim on the morning of the murder. And in a fit of rage, he punched his fist through a window, inches from her head.
But do you have any evidence connecting him to the actual crime?
We have video evidence putting him near the crime scene around the time of the murder.
Except that Mr. White was in an Uber, 12:19 that morning, 5 blocks from the crime scene. The 911 call came in at 12:35 a.m.
Which proves my point. He was near the crime scene around the time of the murder.
He was in a car.
You don't know when the crime was actually committed. Your Honor, the facts are the facts. Moreover, Mr. White was arrested 2 years ago for assaulting the victim. The police report states that he repeatedly punched and slapped Miss Cole following a verbal argument involving his infant daughter.
Mr. White's horrific behavior that evening might be a convenient defense, but it hardly meets the evidentiary threshold required under New York law. There is no clear link between Mr. White and this murder. Not to mention, we all know Cash didn't kill Angela because the defendant himself confessed to killing her.
And that has been ruled inadmissible.
It doesn't mean it's not relevant.
How's that?
Everyone in this room knows Alan Ross confessed and Cash didn't commit this murder. So why should the defense be allowed to accuse a third party of a crime the defendant himself has already confessed to?
Because, as Miss Potter said, I've already ruled that confession inadmissible.
But that's not fair to Mr. White or the jury. You are basically giving them a choice of killers, even though we know only one of them committed the crime.
We don't know a damn thing. Other than that, the police elicited a false confession that Mr. White has a history of abuse and that he was near the scene at the time the murder took place. Uber or no Uber. You may proceed with your defense.
Can you please tell the jury what you found when you searched the defendant's apartment?
We recovered clothes that matched the clothing the man spotted near the crime scene at the time of the murder was wearing.
What else did you find?
30 framed photos of Angela Cole in a closet. It was like a creepy shrine in her honor.
Objection.
Sustained. Just answer the questions, Detective.
Can you please read the highlighted portion of the forensic DNA report?
The DNA sample provided by Alan Ross is consistent with the DNA profile found on the victim.
Can you please tell the jury what this means in layman's terms?
That Alan Ross's DNA was found on Angela Cole's body. The odds of that DNA belonging to someone else is pretty much zero.
Thank you.
There is nothing illegal about building a shrine.
Correct.
And the fact that a man's DNA is present on a dead woman's body doesn't mean that person killed her. Because there are lots of ways DNA can end up on someone's body. Like if someone sneezes in the proximity of the other person or kisses her.
Correct.
So the fact that Mr. Ross's DNA is on Angela Cole doesn't mean a damn thing. In fact, there were 6 other different DNA samples found on her person as well.
Yeah, but those samples belong to family members and friends. People who were at the birthday party.
But the fact remains, there were 6 other DNA samples found on her body.
Correct.
Nothing further.
Mr. Price?
People rest.
Miss Potter?
Defense calls Evan Cole, the victim's father.
Your Honor, Mr. Cole is not on the witness list. People request that we adjourn for the day so that we can prepare.
Sounds good to me. We're adjourned.
I probably should have given you the heads up, but...
It would have been nice.
So, why are you doing this?
Testifying?
Testifying for the defense.
No, I'm not taking sides.
You are. And you picked Alan Ross's, and we're just trying to understand why. Like I said before, the evidence is compelling. He was stalking Angela.
Cash was right there, too, and he's a very violent man. I've seen it with my own eyes.
That doesn't
and
mean
he's
that he...
still madly in love with Angela. Talk about stalking. Every birthday, every holiday, he would reach out to let her know how sorry he was.
What is really going on here?
Excuse me.
Why are you trying to help the man who killed your daughter?
I'm just doing what I believe is right.
No, you're ignoring the facts. Like I
I
told you,
believe-
we are.
I believe what I believe, and there's not a damn thing you can say that's going to change my mind.
Mr. Cole, can you please tell us what happened to your daughter Angela on December 26, 2024?
Cash White beat the hell out of her. That's what happened.
How do you know?
Because she called me, screaming. So I rushed over to her apartment, and she was... Her face was swollen and bleeding.
Are you referring to this incident in which Mr. White was arrested for assault in the second degree?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I'd like to present the photos associated with this report, Exhibit H, I, and J. Is this what Angela looked like when you got to her apartment?
Yes. But even worse. She was still bleeding, and it was it was awful.
After they split, did Angela express some concern about Mr. White?
Yes.
Was she still fearful of him?
Very much so, yes.
Did you have occasion to talk to your daughter on her 30th birthday around 11 a.m.?
Yes, I did.
Can you describe the conversation?
I called to wish her happy birthday, and while we were speaking, Cash White showed up. I heard Angela say she was on the phone, and then Cash started yelling, very loudly yelling. And then I heard the sound of glass shattering.
What did you do?
I ran over to her art studio to see if she was okay, but she was terrified. She was shaking, and there was broken glass everywhere. Cash had put his fist through a window, inches from where Angie was standing. I tried to comfort her, but she was a mess, as you might imagine. She begged me not to call the cops or tell her husband.
Why was that?
Because she didn't want to ruin her 30th birthday.
Did she say anything else?
She did. She said, "Daddy, I think Cash might kill me one day."
Thank you. Nothing further.
Despite your belief that Cash White is a cruel and violent man, you and your wife sat front row at his concert 2 months prior to the murder,
He invited us, and we went.
and you posted this message to your social media account from the concert, People's Exhibit 13. Forgiveness is much harder than hatred and more rewarding, too.
I did, and I believe that.
So you forgave Cash White? You believed that he had changed, that he was a good person?
I was hoping he might change, but obviously I was wrong.
You and your wife spend a lot of time on social media. You have approximately 13 million followers.
Yes.
On the night that Angela was killed, you posted video of the two of you dancing at her 30th birthday party.
I did. I wanted to share some of the joy and happiness that we were feeling with my followers.
And you included the name of the restaurant where the party was being held.
I don't remember.
People's Exhibit 14. Here we are at Lila's Cafe, celebrating the 30th birthday party of the greatest daughter on earth. This post is the reason the defendant knew where Angela was that evening. This is the real reason that you are here testifying for the defense.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you mean.
If the defendant killed Angela, the murder is your fault. If Cash White did, it's not.
That is outrageous.
But it's true. You are testifying for
That
the
is
defense
not
to
true at
mitigate
all.
your own guilt.
That's not what I'm saying. He's putting words in my mouth.
Objection.
Sustained.
Nothing further.